What are your beliefs about crypto?
I sincerely believe that Bitcoin, I am a Bitcoin maxi for the most part. I sincerely believe that Bitcoin's kind of the only escape for a lot of people. I think it's the best savings account there is. I'm probably 95% of my net worth in Bitcoin. I also think the reason why we're still early, even at numbers like 60,000, even at numbers like 100,000, is because I still have friends that like, they want to buy Bitcoin and then they want to sell it when it doubles back into dollars. But I think the reason why we're still early is like, we don't want fucking dollars. I don't want dollars. The dollar sucks. Fiat currencies suck. You know, I want a currency like Bitcoin that's not debased, finite supply, can't be manipulated, you know, backed by energy, backed by code. I don't want dollars. And I think that's why we're so early, is people still have this notion of like, I'm gonna buy a Bitcoin at 60K and I'm gonna sell it at 120 and my 5K turns into 10K. It's like, okay, well then you get your fucking dollars back, and they've been devalued more because the next president just printed another $7 trillion. You know, so yeah, we are still early. And, you know, I think the things with like remittances and things like that, like El Salvador, for example, when they were sending money, you know, these really poor countries, Bitcoin's more important to poor countries than it is to America, I think, at the moment. And the reason why is when these people were sending Western Union or something like that, you know, back to their family in another country, $100 is a lot for a lot of people. And they would take like $15 out of that. I mean, that's a lot of money. For some people in some of these countries, that's like 3 days worth of work. And now you have something like Bitcoin or stable coins or whatever, and you can send it for a penny, you know, 5 cents, whatever it may be.
Yep.
So the remittances, I think El Salvador's first study, the first year, Bitcoin using crypto to send back and forth, it saved something like hundreds of millions of dollars in remittances. So that's why Bitcoin, stable coins, things like that are just going to be really important moving forwards, in my opinion. But yeah, I actually think that Bitcoin is probably the best savings account there is. Sure, there's volatility, there's going to be ups and downs, but if you just zoom out, as everyone knows, and look at the chart, it's just on an upwards trend forever. It's
Absolutely.
literally built. It's built to keep going up. The more we print, the more it goes up. Supply and demand, the halving. You know, there's always going to be more need for it and less supply as time goes on. So I mean, that only means one thing: number go up.
Yes.
So, you know, and also, I really think that we're probably 10 years away from total adoption from banks. And this is the other reason why I tell my buddies, like, you don't have to sell your Bitcoin. We're probably a decade away. You'll be able to put up your Bitcoin as collateral and get your $1 million mortgage or whatever. You're never going to have to sell it. You can pay back through your job or whatever and then get your Bitcoin back. You'll be able to put it up as collateral. Banks will be holding it, there's already banks holding it. So we are getting to a point where you will never have to sell your Bitcoin, literally.
Amen.
Yeah, so.
Right?
Yeah.
This is so much fun because we're here at Bitcoin 2024 in Nashville, Tennessee. This gentleman I actually met way back in 2007 when I moved from Washington State to Las Vegas, and my first job in Vegas was dealing poker at the MGM Grand, and this gentleman was working, you know, side by side with me. His name's Clayton Gongora, and what's funny is he got involved in crypto long before me. In fact, I remember back in 2016, we decided to invest in this. We were hoping it was a legit company. Coins. But he helped me buy my first Bitcoin. Yeah. And I remember back then Bitcoin was $500. And now here we are a few years later and it's 60,000. But the cool thing, you probably tell this to your buddies too, like I'm telling everybody, like even if you would have bought Bitcoin, at the peak of the 18 bull run at 20 grand, and then you watch it go all the way down to 3,200, by 2021, it was back up to 64,000. Yeah. Even now, it went to 68, all the way back down into the teens, and now it's all the way back into the 60s. Like, even if you would have bought Bitcoin at its absolute peak during every bull run, And all you had to do was wait 3 years and you would have made better money than you could make in the stock market in just about anywhere in the world, right?
Yeah, there is no better savings account than Bitcoin. There are some rough waters.
Yes.
There is going to be volatility, but you know, as the market cap goes higher and higher, you know, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, we're in the multi-trillions, volatility will be less. So when we get to numbers like 300,000, you know, a dip will be 240 or something like that, and then 500 in 3 years. So, you know, never sell your Bitcoin.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Amen. Thank you for your time, Clay.
Yeah, it was good to see you.